You are born in a small apartment in a rough neighborhood where police sirens echo through the streets almost every night. Violence is simply part of everyday life. No one looks at the newborn child lying in that small room and imagines that one day he will grow up to kill people for money. Your childhood is surrounded by broken streets, broken homes, and people who will do almost anything just to survive another day. You learn very early that kindness is often seen as weakness in places like this. Strength and fear are what keep people alive. By the time you are 12 years old, you already understand that the world outside your window is not safe. At 16, you witness something that stays with you forever. A man is shot outside a small convenience store just down the street. People scream and run in every direction. Someone shouts for help while others pull out their phones to call the police. The street becomes chaos within seconds, but you remain standing on the sidewalk watching everything unfold. For some strange reason, you don't feel the fear that everyone else feels. Instead, you feel something cold and quiet deep inside your chest. Something about the moment feels calm, almost peaceful in a disturbing way. That night you lie in bed thinking about what you saw. You realize that something inside your mind has changed, even if you cannot explain exactly what it is. A few years later, when you are 19, someone from the neighborhood approaches you with an offer. He says a man owes him money and refuses to pay. All you need to do is scare him, maybe hurt him a little. In return, you will receive more money than you have ever held in your hands before. You convince yourself that it's nothing serious, just intimidation, just a quick job. But when the moment arrives and the man stands in front of you, something unexpected happens. You realize how easy it is to hurt someone when you stop thinking about consequences. The man falls to the ground while you stand over him, breathing heavily. You walk away with an envelope full of cash in your pocket. That moment becomes the first step down a road you will never escape. At 22, you are introduced to people who operate in a darker world. A world where problems disappear when the right amount of money is involved. They explain the rules of the business very clearly. No questions. No emotions. No loose ends. You accept your first real contract a few weeks later. The target is a man who made powerful enemies. You wait for him in a parking garage late at night. The concrete structure is quiet except for the echo of distant cars. When he finally appears, you step out of the shadows. One quick pull of the trigger, and it is over before he even understands what is happening. You leave the garage calmly and disappear into the city. You expect guilt to follow you, maybe fear, maybe regret. But none of those feelings arrive. Instead, you feel something else. Emptiness. Like you simply finished another task on a long list of things to do. Soon the jobs begin to come more frequently. Each contract pays more than the last. Your reputation grows in the shadows of the criminal world. During the day, you look like an ordinary person walking through the city. You buy groceries. You sit in coffee shops. You pass strangers on crowded sidewalks. No one looks at you twice. No one knows what you do when the sun goes down. But at night, you become something else entirely. At night, you become death for hire. Years begin to pass, and the number of targets slowly grows. At first, you remember each face clearly, but over time, the memories begin to blur together. One contract becomes 10. 10 contracts become 20. Soon, you stop remembering the people entirely. You don't remember their names. You don't remember their stories. You only remember the payments. Money replaces memory. Eventually, paranoia becomes part of your daily life. Every car behind you might be following you. Every stranger might secretly recognize your face. Every unexpected phone call could be a setup. Trust becomes impossible in your world. Friends are dangerous because they create weaknesses. Someone could threaten them. Someone could hurt them. Someone could use them to reach you. Relationships are even worse. Emotions make people careless. Carelessness gets people killed. So you decide it is safer to stay completely alone. By the time you are 28, you have more money than you ever imagined. Your accounts are hidden across different countries. Enough money to live comfortably for the rest of your life. But none of it brings peace. Every night you sleep with a loaded gun hidden under your pillow. Every noise in the hallway wakes you instantly. Your apartment is large and expensive, but it always feels empty, too quiet, too still. Sometimes when you close your eyes at night, something strange happens. You see the faces, the people you killed. They appear in the darkness behind your eyelids. They do not scream. They do not accuse you. They simply stare, silent, unmoving, watching you. You try to ignore them. You try to forget them. But they never truly disappear. At 32, you begin thinking about something dangerous, leaving this life behind. You imagine a small house somewhere quiet, maybe near the ocean, somewhere far away from contracts and violence, a place where no one knows your name. But deep down, you understand the truth. The truth every hitman eventually learns. There is no retirement in this business, no peaceful ending, no walking away. There are only two ways out: prison or death. One day another contract arrives. Just another name. Just another address. But something about this job feels different. Something feels wrong. You cannot explain why. Maybe it's instinct. Maybe it's experience. Or maybe it's the quiet voice in the back of your mind. The voice that finally understands something important. Every hunter eventually becomes the target. One day, someone will place a price on your life, just like all the others before you. Someone younger, someone faster, someone just beginning their career, just like you once did. That is how this world works. The cycle never stops. You keep a bag packed at all times. Cash, passport, gun. If the phone rings with the wrong voice on the other side, you disappear. Another city, another name, another empty apartment. You have no home anymore, no family, no future, only the next contract and the next payment. Sometimes late at night, you sit alone in a cheap motel room. The television flickers quietly in the background. Outside the window, the city moves on without you. You walk into the bathroom and stare into the mirror. The eyes looking back at you feel unfamiliar, cold, empty. You barely recognize the person standing there. Sometimes you remember the boy you used to be, the one who once had dreams, the one who believed life could be something good. That boy disappeared a long time ago. Every kill took a small piece of your soul. After so many years, almost nothing is left. Now you understand something clearly. You are not really living anymore. You are just waiting. Waiting for the next job or the next bullet. You are a hitman, and this is your whole life.